recently announced some improvements. Path of Exile 2 Dawn of the Hunt. Many of the improvements, including Ascendancy respec, and will be coming to 0.2.0F, which are planned to release later today. The following patch notes are still subject to change prior to the patch deployment. This patch may take roughly 15 minutes to become available to download on PlayStation after it has been deployed. Alright, let's have a look at it, boys. Respecking Ascendancy classes is in. Redoing an Ascendancy trial now allows you to respec which Ascendancy class you have chosen at the Ascension device, but only if the trial would grant you the number of points you already have. In order to respec your Ascendancy class, you must have 0 points allocated in it, but you can now talk to blah 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 or the Trial Master to refund passive points. Trial of Chaos that have 7 chambers and thus grant 4 Ascendancy field points can now be attempted from level 55 down for 60. Same thing with the 10 chamber, one from 75 down to 65. This patch is actually bringing charm changes. Belts at level 30 and above now implicit modifiers of 1 to 2 charm slots. Well, belts at level 60 and above now implicit with 1 up to 3. Wait, do I have more charm slots? Huh? I thought this patch was it. It's only new belts? Motherfucker. Okay. Oh, well. It's a good change, though. It doesn't apply to old, but, yeah. Explicit modifiers for additional charm slots on belts can no longer roll. The Surfle's Genesis and Ingenuity belts no longer have additional charm slot modifiers, though existing versions of these items are not affected. Bijou Born has intentionally kept its additional charm slots for now, as in the future we will be expanding with expanding the maximum number of charms up to 6. Okay. Massively increase the values on the prefix that restores life, mana, or Grand Guard when charms are used. You can update existing items with a Divine Orb. All charms with the Golden Charm had their maximum charges halved and their charges per use halved, making them refill more quickly. The base duration of Stone Charm has also been increased to 2.5 to 3 seconds. We got some stash tab affinities, your Socketables, Fragments, Breach, Expedition, and Ritual. Atlas bookmarks has been added. Okay, right-clicking a node will allow you to create a bookmark, picking an icon, additionally adding your label. You can type in, you can have up to 16 at a time. They will appear as icons around the outside of the screen with a direction allowing you to scroll to them easily, or you can click on it to instantly take you there. You can also view a list of bookmarks under the legend and click them to go there. Endgame changes. Pinnacle bosses now have an unlimited respawn attempt at difficulty 0. Huh? Wait, does this include the Arbiter? Unlimited respawn attempts. Unlimited. Unlimited. Huh. Interesting decision. This is really cool as you really get to learn to fight this way. But still, unlimited. That's pretty cool, actually. I did not expect them to do that. Thank you so much, Speedy, for the sub, man. Appreciate that, dude. Bro. Huh. I did not expect that at all. Wow. Tower and hideout maps now higher minimum number of rare monsters that can spawn. Thank you. The final rare monster defeated in the tower hideout will now drop a map at the same tier you're running. Thank you. Okay. And it is not required to complete the map, by the way. Add a UI tracking for rare and unique monsters in the unique map, tower maps, and hideout maps. Crafting changes. As each new rune tier is unlocked, we're removing the lower runes from their drop pool. This is to stop you getting spammed with lesser runes at higher levels. Thank fuck. Rogue Exiles will always have appropriate tier runes socketed into drop downs relative to their item levels. Scepters can now have sockets. We've added a new set of Talisman modifier for Scepters to allow upgrades to your minions at mid to late game. I'm going to talk about this after we're done reading through this, because a lot of people seem to be thinking that one thing is better than the other, and I'm going to show you. Totem changes. Totem skill now grants start gaining elemental rest, and they're capped at level 20. And 35 chaos. Ironwood support also gains summon plus 10 to max rest. Okay. Light stun changes. Thank fuck. Moderately reduce the capacity for monsters to light stun you, especially towards cruel and endgame, by lowering the amount of stun damage they deal and increase the minimum they must deal to light stun you. Whew, thank God. Additionally, elemental chaos range stun damage has been penalized even further, so you're less likely to get stunned by random stray projectiles and other things of the sort. Thank you. Holy shit. We've added a cluster to the passive skill tree near Chaos Inoculation. Allows you to invest into heavy amounts of stun and ailment threshold base of your energy shield. That's in the top right corner. That's up here. Where's that node? This was already in. Player changes. Notably the dexterous session. Dexterous. Am I blind? Huh? I can't fucking see it. Okay. Anyways. It was above it. Wait. I'm not looking at CI. There's CI. Lol. I was looking at this one. That's Eldritch Battery. Oh my god. Okay. It's bro, I was staring at this part of it, but CI is over here. Oh my lord. Okay. But I still don't see where dexterous is.
That's another Prime subscription from Leftmeister.
Am I blind?
I swear, if you keep this up, I'm gonna have to start calling you the.
They got these, but it's like, all right, whatever. It doesn't matter. In the dexterous section. Okay. Player changes. Thank you so much, Leftmeister, for the sub, man. Shard Scavenger, in addition to its current effects, now also restores at 1 cooldown use for all your grenades, granted buffer 2 seconds to prevent your crossbow attacks consuming bolts. Shockwave Totem base attack now is 1.5 instead of 3 seconds. Shockwave Totem Slam now deals a little less damage as a result. Jagged Ground Eruption damage is unchanged, though. Frozen Locust can now be used while other skills to interrupt what you're doing, similar to dodge roll, though it does not allow you to dodge incoming hits. It will now shield bash if you release shield after blocking a hit from far away attacker if there's a different enemy in shield bash range. Stormlance is now able to be supported by ground effect related supports. Ray Shield is now able to be supported by conk effect. Fire exposure, lightning exposure supports have had their wording adjusted to make clear their effect applied to any target, not just the enemies. This is not a functional change, it's a clarification of wording. Whirlwind Lance and Whirlwind Keyword Hover now clarify the Whirlwind Collapse deals melee damage. Improve the visual effects of Ark's explosion on hitting a shocked target. Glacial Lance now able to chain off terrain. Improvement and other changes. Equip gem section to the gem cutting interface to make leveling up cross-class skill gems more convenient. Rarity border to items available to purchase from vendors. Greater Rune of Tithing now provides 1 to 100 lightning thorns damage when socketed in armor, previously 1 to 10. Attribute runes now have more appropriate gold value to vendors and can be reforged into higher tiers. Breach Hands can now drop splinters at all levels. This amount starts low and increase at higher levels, similar to splinter drops of monsters. Shrines are now easy to click. Thank you. Monster changes. Some endgame monsters can no longer interrupt their attacks if you move out of far range during their attack to relentlessly chase you. They talked about this as a good change. Starrock, the Temporal, no longer aggressively targets player minions if any are present. Come on. The Immured Fury is now less likely to target minions, and their ground effect should now more reliably be removed after death. Okay. Aztec Brutes, Aztec Moloch, Aztec Stalkers, and Undead Volguards have had their frequency use their skills such as Ground Slam reduced and cooldowns increased. Adjusted the behavior of the 180-degree cleave used by Geonar and Putrid Wolf to prevent them using the skill multiple times sequentially. Composition of monster packs in Jikwani's Sanctum, Agrat, Utsal have been adjusted to reduce the number of ranged skills being hurled at players in these areas. This same adjustment will be made for the versus effect of the packs that can appear in map areas. Thank you. Adjusted the frequency and damage of Ice Shard Spiral Volley from shrines. Adjusted the behavior of Venomous Crab Matriarchs, and Constricted Spitters. Vol form shifted now less damage reduction while in shape-shifted form. Feather Spitter, Cleansed monster now explodes on death less often. Adjusted damage dealt by Goliath and Vol Goliath. Damage of Stone Sentinel. Reduced damage of Essence of the Infinite Monster modifier. Lower the damage of Vol and Forester to be more appropriate for how many times it hits. Lower the damage on Reconstruction's Lightning Burst skill. Slightly reduce the damage of Ravenous Mishap and Arc skill. And then a long list of bug fixes. Okay, that's quite interesting. I like this. These are really good changes. before I end this video, I do want to talk about one thing. This is Talismans. Owl Talisman that you can put on Scepter allows you to have cast speed presence. This is a really strong modifier. There's another one which is attack speed, which is right here. The Serpent one gives attack speed. They are very strong. However, I think a lot of people want to go for the Spirit one, the Rabbit one. Rabbit one costs like fucking 200x right now, and it gives you 10% Spirit. This is, my understanding is that it's a local 10% increased Spirit modifier on your Scepter. Not a global one. Can someone confirm that to me? That is not a global 10% Spirit? Because global would be fucking ridiculous. My understanding is that it's a local one as a modifier on your Scepter. So in my case, 10% increased Spirit would give me 10 more Spirit. That's my understanding of it. Because it's a local modifier. As a direct result of this, this is not the rune you want to use in your Scepter. You actually would very likely prefer to run the Owl or Serpent. But most importantly, we talked about this yesterday. I decided to use a Scepter that had 30 less Spirit. I lost an entire minion for this to have a higher allies in your presence deal increased damage modifier. As a result, this motherfucker, the Primate, that one right there, allies in presence deal 30% increased damage, is significantly better than all of the other runes that you can use. It also increases the idea, the value of corrupting to get another socket onto your Scepter. I might even do that personally. The Talismans drops from the Asmeri Spirit stuff, right? So you have flat physical damage, can be really good for things like Volgords actually. Accuracy kind of whatever. Crit damage bonus is nice for some builds. Rest is whatever. Spirit is good, but not as good. Presence area is kind of whatever. Cast attack speed is good. Crit strike chance is good. Regions, whatever. But in the end, the Primate one, it is so fucking good. So good. So I'm considering actually corrupting this. What is the corruption thingy? It is the Omen of Corruption. Should I corrupt my weapon? What happened? I lowered my Spirit. Okay. Well, that's a bust. I didn't lose anything, though. Ah, well. I lost 3 Spirit. It's okay. I have 1 Spirit left. It was worth a shot. Having 2 sockets will actually be really good. I wonder if I have any +4s left. I want to do that again. I don't have one. God damn it. Anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be focusing a lot on Last Epoch moving forward here on this YouTube channel, but we'll be back in Path of Exile and play both games after at least 1 or 2 days of full focus on Last Epoch. And I'll see you guys then. Till then, as always, stay safe. Keep rocking.